Okay, let's look at the short box abdominal series on the reformer using the magic circle today. So set your machine up as if you're doing your abdominal series. All of the springs are on. Your students are sitting on the short box quite far forwards on the short box, like the crease of their bottom is just sitting at the front end of that box to allow for a little bit of space for them to roll back onto. And with their feet under the straps, you want them to feel secure. So they're pressing down into the foot pad and pressing out into their feet as well. Depending on the client's height, sometimes you do need to move the carriage back a little bit to start with so they don't look too squished up. So sitting up nice and tall to start with, arms out in front of you, holding onto the circle with the heels of the hands. Take a deep inhale while you sit up nice and tall, and then exhale as you squeeze onto the circle. As you squeeze onto the circle, I want you to tilt your pubic bone towards the belly button and find that beautiful C curve of the spine and start to roll on back, keeping the squeeze on the circle to really deepen those abdominal muscles. On your next exhale, you're going to come all the way back up, maintaining the C curve until the circle is over the ankles before you start to stack back up to sitting. So you could definitely play around with the breath cycle here, but to start with, I like to exhale as I roll on down. Take a deep inhale at the end part of the roll, and then exhale to reconnect through the circle, through those deep abdominals, and come all the way back up. You could do this a few times, and then you could also play around with inhaling back and exhaling up once you can see that your student has good control of the movement and they're really tapping into those deep abdominals. On this next one, you're going to roll on back, stay there in that C curve, take the circle above the head, squeeze into the circle, take the circle back down in front of the body, and go again. So now this is your endurance toning exercise of the abdominals as you mobilize the arms, keeping the shoulders nice and steady, taking the circle overhead and back to the start. I would tend to inhale, circle up, exhale, circle back in front of you. After 5 to 10 of these, you can roll all the way back up. On this next one, let's roll on back, tapping into that circle, find those deep abdominals. Once you're in your C curve, I want you to go ahead and rotate to one side, squeeze into the circle, come back to the center, rotate to the other side, squeeze into the circle, tap into those obliques, come back to the center, and then roll on up again. You can play around with the breath cycle. So let's exhale as you roll on down. Inhale as you rotate. Exhale, come out of that rotation, dragging through those abdominals. Inhale to rotate to the other side. Squeeze into the circle. Exhale, drag back to the center and stack up all in the same breath. Well done. You can definitely do variations of those breaths.